boy is asleep. Curled beneath a rough animal hide, he lies close to the fire, one small hand tucked beneath his cheek. He cannot be older than 7. His breathing is slow, steady, peaceful. The breathing of someone who still believes the darkness is empty. He does not know the fire is dying. The flames vanished long ago. Only glowing embers remain, spreading a weak orange light across the stone floor beneath the overhang. Beyond that light is a forest so dark it seems endless. And something is standing there, watching. At the edge of the firelight, between 2 ancient trees, 2 golden eyes stare into the shelter. They do not blink. They do not move. They simply wait. 3 million years ago, survival did not belong to the strongest. It belonged to the most careful. Your group has lived beneath this stone overhang for 12 nights. 2 hunters, 2 women, an older man whose leg never healed correctly, and the boy. During the day, the forest provides roots, berries, insects, and small animals. At night, it becomes something else entirely. 3 nights ago, the older man woke suddenly and heard movement beyond the trees. Heavy, deliberate, not prey, not fear, confidence. The next night there was nothing. Tonight, it has returned. The older man sees the eyes first. His hand finds the tracker beside him. No words are needed. The tracker follows his gaze. The eyes are still there, watching. A pulse of light rises from the embers. For a fraction of a second, a shape appears behind the eyes. Large, broad, wrong. Then darkness swallows it again. The tracker feels cold settle in his stomach. Predators usually stalk. Predators usually hunt. Whatever this thing is, it is doing something different. A scraping sound suddenly echoes behind them. Stone against something hard. Everyone freezes. Another scrape. Then another. The older man reaches toward the rock wall and feels deep grooves cut into the stone. 3 long scratches. Old. Weathered. Not made tonight. Something has been coming here for a very long time. The realization spreads through the group. They did not choose this shelter. This shelter was already known. A branch creaks overhead. Every head lifts. The sound came from above the overhang. Impossible. Nothing should be able to move there. Yet something just did. A slow shift of weight. Careful, controlled. Then silence. The tracker looks back toward the eyes. Still there. Which means whatever moved above them is something else. The boy opens his eyes. He has been awake longer than anyone realized. He stares into the darkness. They're still there, he whispers. Nobody answers. Then he says something else. Something that freezes every adult in the shelter. Those aren't the same eyes. The tracker follows the boy's finger. Not toward the trees, toward the ground. Fresh footprints stand in the dust beside the dying fire. Inside the circle of light, nobody saw them appear. The tracker grips his sharpened stick. Something entered the edge of the camp and left again without a sound. The second woman left the shelter earlier that night, only a short walk beyond the overhang. The kind of trip nobody thinks about. The kind of trip nobody remembers. Until someone does not return. Now the older man counts the group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone is missing. The boy looks toward the darkness, then toward the tracker. Where is she? Nobody answers. The tracker wishes he could. But the forest has already answered the question for him. He simply refuses to accept it, for now. He takes a step toward the trees. The older man's hand closes around his wrist. Hard. The tracker stops. Neither says a word. Neither needs to. Do not leave the fire. The rule is older than memory. The silence grows heavier. A branch shifts somewhere to the left. Everyone turns. Nothing. Moments later, a rustle comes from the right. Closer this time. The tracker tightens his grip on the sharpened stick. Again, the sound stops. Whatever is out there is moving, but never when they are looking directly at it. Then it happens. A sound from deep among the trees. Short, violent, abruptly cut off. Not a scream. Not exactly. Something worse. A sound that ends before it fully begins. Then silence. No struggle, no movement, only darkness. The older man closes his eyes. The tracker lowers his head. The boy asks no questions. Children understand more than adults think. She is not coming back. The tracker feeds more wood into the fire. The flames grow stronger. For a moment, the forest retreats. Then something moves beyond the light. Slowly, deliberately, the tracker rises. An object lies at the edge of the camp. Nobody saw it arrive. Nobody heard it being placed. Yet, there it is, waiting. He approaches carefully. His stomach drops. It is the woman's digging stick, the smooth wooden tool she carried every day, the tool she used to uncover roots and tubers. The boy recognizes it immediately. His eyes widen. So she came back? Nobody answers, because everyone knows she did not. The digging stick did, returned by something else. It has been placed there, not dropped, not forgotten, placed like a message. The tracker kneels beside it. Fresh prints mark the dirt nearby. The same prints the boy noticed earlier. He follows them carefully. They begin at the edge of the firelight, then continue inward, closer, closer, until they stop, directly beside the place where the woman always sat. The tracker feels a chill crawl up his spine. The creature wasn't searching. It was watching, learning. The boy presses closer to the tracker. Nobody touches the stick, because everyone understands what it means. The forest is no longer merely hunting them. The forest is communicating. Hours pass. The fire crackles. The eyes never leave. Then the boy notices something again. Another pair, lower than the first, closer. The tracker follows his gaze. Two pairs of eyes now, watching from different positions. One remains still, the other slowly advances. Not random, not accidental, a pattern. The tracker begins to understand. Then the second pair suddenly disappears, not slowly, not gradually. Gone. The boy gasps. Where did it go? The tracker cannot answer, because he never saw it move. One moment it was there. The next, it was not. And somehow that feels worse. Then a third pair appears, farther north, completing a triangle around the shelter. 3 positions, 3 approaches, 3 observers. The forest is no longer surrounding them. It is closing. The tracker stares into the darkness. And suddenly, everything makes sense. The first creature was never the threat. It was the distraction. While everyone watched one set of eyes, the others moved, mapping, measuring, learning. They learned where the fire ended. They learned where the shadows began. They learned which paths people used. They learned who wandered away alone. The woman did not disappear because she was weak. She disappeared because the creatures were patient. A single hunter can fail. A group rarely does. Nobody sleeps. Nobody speaks. The fire becomes everything. Every stick, every branch, every scrap of bark. Everything goes into the flames. The creatures never cross the fire, not once. But neither do they leave. They wait. The longest night of their lives stretches onward. The boy sits beside the tracker. Together, they watch the darkness, waiting for a mistake, waiting for exhaustion, waiting for the fire to die. Eventually, morning arrives. Gray light filters through the trees. The darkness begins to retreat. The first pair of eyes vanishes, then the second, then the third. For a moment, through the mist between the trees, the tracker finally sees them. Not clearly, only silhouettes, several of them, standing upright more often than any predator should, watching, studying. Then they slip back into the forest and disappear. The tracker never learns what they were, but he understands one thing: they were never hunting blindly, they were learning. The sun rises, birds begin to call. The forest becomes ordinary once more. Yet nobody feels safe, because now they know the truth. The darkness was never empty. It never was. 3 million years later, we still leave lights on at night. We still feel uneasy when something moves just beyond sight. Somewhere deep inside us remains a memory older than civilization itself. A dying fire, a sleeping child, and something waiting just outside the light.